Here's what you'll need. The forks, obviously, star nut, Allen key. These four are called the headset bearing. Tools for cutting the fork tube, gloves, fork pump, dust cover, spacers, grease, and the headset stem. There are 3 steps in the process. First, measuring the fork tube. Second, cutting the fork tube. And third, installing the fork. Let's talk about the first step, measuring the tube. As you can see, the tube came from the factory super long. I temporarily installed it here to show you how long it is. So we need to cut it to the height that I like. If you cut it longer, your handlebar will give you a more upright position, like this. But if you cut it shorter, your handlebar will give you a lower position, like a hunched over position, like this. It really depends on the height that you like. Me and my dad already measured the fork tube to the height that I like, and we marked it with a screwdriver here. And now we're ready to cut it. Here's a warning. Make sure you measure twice and cut once. If you cut it too short, you might need a whole new fork. There are 2 ways you can cut the tube. 1 by using a saw guide and a saw, and 2 by using a pipe cutter. My tube is aluminum, so I can do either one. I choose the pipe cutter because it's easier. However, if you have a carbon tube, you can only use the saw guide and a carbon saw. Because if you use a pipe cutter, it'll ruin your tube. Now I'm cutting the tube.
It cuts. Make a full rotation.
Yay! Now the cutting is done. You see these sharp edges here? We need to smoothen those out with this file here. Be careful, because if you touch these sharp edges, you'll cut yourself. Now we're at the last step, guys, which is installing the fork. First, we have to install the crown race from the bearing kit at the bottom of the tube here. I have this glove on because I'm going to put grease where the crown race is going to be. As you can see, the bearing kit comes with 2 bearings. One smaller than the other. And the reason why is because the head tube here is tapered, which means the top is smaller than the bottom. So obviously, the smaller one goes at the top, while the bottom one, the bigger one, goes at the bottom. But before we do that, we have to add some grease. I'm using a Park Tool HPGI grease, which is a grease that will not hurt carbon. Watch, watch. I'm gonna do some magic. Ta-da! Now I'm just wrapping things up by tightening the headset and the stem. I hope you learned something from this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!